professional to know that.
What is now a really crucial game this afternoon. United 2 points in front, having played the same number of games at the moment as Leeds, one less than Sheffield Wednesday. But a week ago, you actually thought Arsenal might sneak.
1-year-old John Newsom, 3 is Tony Dorigo, 4 David Batty, 5 Chris Fairclough, 6 Chris White, 7 Gordon Strachan returning to the side, 8 Rod Wallace, 9 Lee Chapman, top scorer, 10 is Gary McAllister, and 11 Gary Speed. Formation, in fact, changed a little at Liverpool on Saturday without Strachan, but now it's back to normal service. Strachan on the right, of course. McAllister, who played much of that game wide on the right himself, now returning to centre midfield alongside Batty. Well, Coventry, meanwhile, have Steve Ogrizovic in goal. Number 2, Brian Burrows. 3, Kenny Sanson. 4, Stuart Robson, the captain. 5, Andy Pearce. 6, Peter Atherton. 7, Sean Flynn. 8, Michael Ginn. 9, Paul Furlong, 10, Kevin Gallagher, and 11, Lloyd McGrath. Coventry, in fact, usually defend well. They're urged on in the midfield by Robson, who never stops working for them, hoping that Gallagher, who's recently back after a serious hamstring injury, and Furlong can really do the damage up front. The subs this afternoon, Carl Schuck and the Frenchman Eric Cantona for Leeds, Peter Love, an 18-year-old Zimbabwean, and Dean Emerson for Coventry. And our referee this afternoon, Bob Nixon from West Kirby, just about ready now to get this crucial First Division game underway. The Barclays League really boiling up into something special again at the end of this season. People keep coining that phrase, going to the wire, whatever that means, but it looks really as though it's going right to this last game. And I think if you listen carefully, you might just hear the nerves twanging out there this afternoon. That's from both sides. Leeds with 3 games left then. Maximum points would certainly test Manchester United's resolve on the run into the Championship. And Coventry, with the trapdoor beginning to open up beneath them, no doubt very relieved to hear the Queen's Park Rangers have beaten Luton this afternoon. Even so, coming here, looking at least to take a point from this game. Coventry in a change strip of all yellow. Leeds, of course, in that famous all-white strip of theirs. Winning this free kick, which Strachan will take forward. Chapman up there. Fairclough's come up. Speed, who's so good in the air on the far side as well. A little flick on there by Newsom, the full-back. Rod Wallace is in there too. Pearce battling away with Chapman, and the bustling little Mickey Ginn getting it away up to Kevin Gallagher on the far side. Flynn has made a good run through the middle, but Dorigo brought down in the end by Gallagher, and a free kick again to Leeds United. So important for Leeds that Strachan is back. He was rested on Saturday at Liverpool. Howard Wilkinson, the manager, wanting this little man to really gird himself up and provide all that Leeds need over these remaining 3 games. Lukic with a long clearance, an up-go speed, so good in the air, as I said, and there was an example of it. Dorigo just touching it forward, and big Steve Ogrizovic, who himself has been, in fact, 2 fine big goalkeepers here this afternoon, Ogrizovic at one end, Lukic at the other. Furlong and White tangling for that one, McAllister playing it wide for Strachan. Fairclough. Winning it in the air. That's away by Peter Atherton, number 6 for Coventry City, signed from Wigan. Ginn. Here goes Newsom. Well, struggling at the wrong end of the table, Coventry City may be, but there are no chopping blocks. They have a very good defensive record. I'm right in saying before the start of today's events, only Manchester United, Leeds and Liverpool had a better defensive record in the First Division of the Barclays League than Coventry City. Their problem is they just can't score goals. Well, they might have given something away here. No, the referee points to the goal kick, as Chapman was bundled into there by Ogrizovic. Early thoughts, Ian St John?
Well, looking at Leeds United today, they're certainly buzzing. Lee Chapman coming in there and just beaten by the goalkeeper. It came off Lee for the dead ball. But you and I sat and watched in the studios on Saturday their match against Liverpool, and which was very much a containing game. They needed a point there, and they got it, and it was very professional performance. Here, as Big Jack was just saying there, it's a case of let's get out there and get the 3 points. And you know, it's going to be more a cavalier approach to this one.
Throw then to Leeds. Tony Dorigo with it. Long towards Lee Chapman. Chapman well beaten in the air though by Andy Pearce. This is Newsom. Back to Fairclough. Ginn guiding a header down to Gallagher. And away goes Furlong, but White should get in there. Of course, already with a championship medal in his Arsenal days, back that historic night at Anfield in '89. Looking now to add one with Leeds United. He played the early part of his career, of course, Lukic, before he went down to Arsenal. Here's Fairclough. Lukic in absolutely brilliant form on Saturday against Liverpool. Again, that time by Peter Atherton. White just guiding it. Nice little dummy there by McAllister, but sadly for Leeds, Speed couldn't pick it up. Ginn, another of those tenacious little workers through the midfield for Coventry. Certainly won't lack for effort here this afternoon, Coventry. They got some terrific workers in their side. And with Don Howe as their manager, they'll always have the whip at their backs. A half Nelson almost on Lee Chapman.
I think that's a battle we can look forward to this afternoon. Pearce got one or two early headers there against Chapman, but that time he had to strangle them together. Strachan.
Chris White's gone up on the far side, but Paul Furlong got back well there for Coventry City. Spotted the danger of White. Furlong, who used to be on the schoolboy forms for Tottenham and played in the youth side for Queen's Park Rangers. He's a London boy. Signed from Enfield. Gallagher battling with Dorigo. In goes Brian Burrows. Burrows again. Ginn. Sanson. Gets it back. Atherton will just shepherd it back there to Ogrizovic. Again, a bundle off the ball there unfairly by Fairclough. Coventry with 2 games left after this. They're at home to West Ham at the weekend and then away to Aston Villa. They feel that one more win along the way will just about secure their place in the Premier League next season. Sanson snorting that free kick towards Flynn on the far side. Not much of it, but he got up well there. And Stratton just knocking it away. Just a little bit of anxiety in that Leeds United defence.
I think the atmosphere is also helping Coventry City, Brian, because okay, they need the points as well, and they're fired up for it. The excitement here in the ground is great, and I think it's fueling both the sides.
Chapman versus Pearce. Furlong. Newsom getting in. Pearce getting it back. Big blonde central defender from Halesowen Town, celebrating his 26th birthday today. Furlong, foul by him on Fairclough. McAllister to Dorigo. And Pearce lost his man there just for a moment, but fortunately the ricochet came Coventry's way. Sanson, full of experience here. Jin, Sanson, knocking it in towards Gallagher, but he'd come a little too much towards him and left it for Chris White, knocked down there by Atherton, and Robson gets it back to his goalkeeper. Late result from Division 2, Derby County 4, Newcastle United 1. Derby's hopes still high, Newcastle's fears increase.
I think that's 5 defeats in a row from Newcastle, Brian, is it?
And they, I'm told, drop it to the bottom 3, Newcastle. Here it's 0-0 between Leeds United and Coventry City. Leeds knowing that after defeat, if you've just joined us, the defeat of Manchester United at Old Trafford by Nottingham Forest this afternoon, a victory for Leeds puts them back on top of the First Division, leading Manchester United by a point. And then United's games in hand reduced to just 1. But it's still 0-0 here. Here's John Newsom taking this right back berth with Mel Sterland still injured.
Not really the ball for little Gordon, that one, I would have thought. But McAllister, who'd played the ball diagonally from way back in his own half, was also there. He must have made a 60-yard diagonal run.
Gallagher offside. Bumped into Andy Roxburgh, the Scottish manager, just before the game. There's plenty for him to look at, the likes of Gallagher. Strachan, no doubt, although what he doesn't know about Strachan is hardly worth knowing. McAllister, I suppose, with the European Championships in mind, Ian?
I would think McAllister and Strachan are dead certainties, and possibly Gallagher too.
Well, it looked very much to me as though Pearce had his arms around Chapman's neck again, and on the edge of the box that could have been very dangerous indeed, but the referee allowed him to get away with that one. Wallace, this time came off Sanson, and it'll be a corner for Leeds United. They'll wait for Strachan to take it. They're waiting too for White to come forward. Fairclough's in there too. Even Dorigo's coming up from the back. So Strachan with the corner. And nodded away very firmly by Lloyd McGrath. David Batty for Leeds. Burrows with a header. Good play there by Sean Finn. Did very well. He foxed Dorigo there, and he's got a bit of pace about him, but so too is Dorigo, getting back well. Newsom again. Feeding Chapman. Leeds looking for a breakthrough to calm their anxiety. Wallace, Chapman's up there as well. Great save by Grizovic. And knocked away in the end by Flynn. But Wallace showed great confidence there, because Chapman, in fact, was well placed for a little pass, but Wallace wanted to do it himself and struck it so well. Some good work by Grizovic.
Well, that was the first time we've seen little Wallace break into the game. It was a lovely run, great left foot shot, as you said there, Brian, and Big Augie's certainly on his toes for that one.
Sanson getting there first. Newsom. Fairclough. No foul. Good piece of refereeing. It was a stumble there by Speed. It certainly wasn't the fault of Atherton. Here's Atherton. Forward again. Little touch there by Flynn. Cut out by Wallace. Gary Speed. To Dorigo now for Leeds. A long ball. And again, Peter Atherton there. Up to Flynn. Forcing it McAllister through to Ginn. Strachan will pick this one up. Little touch there. Encouraging Newsom to go down the line, and Kevin Gallagher putting it away for the Leeds United throw. Graf gets it away. White with a header. Here's Dorigo. Through those midfield areas with Dorigo taking a position wide on the left for him. Sanson, and he just at the top of his head to that one. Batty will turn it in again for Leeds United. It wasn't a good one. Robson, that wasn't a very convincing clearance either. And McAllister, something of a speciality here of his volleys hit with great power from outside the box. You can see Robson's header didn't really gain an awful lot of ground. The volley going wide.
It was still a rasper, mind you, wasn't it? Didn't have catch.
Sure was. White again. Sanson. Head down, Chapman chasing. Two big blonde fellas there. As Ian St John was saying, that's going to be a real significant battle. Andy Pearce here. Lee Chapman, 20 goals to his credit. Batty with the throw. A long one it is too. I think it was Stuart Robson's head there. And McGrath's just stops it going for the corner. So Batty will throw what is, well, as good as a corner really. Oh, Grizovic came for that one. And felt that he was shoved in the back as he went for it.
I was a bit surprised that Grizovic came for that one, Brian, because he came advanced of everybody and got himself what I thought was a bit underneath the ball.
Chris White, John Newsom. You can see in the middle of the picture there, complaining that he was shoved unfairly in the back by Pearce. No point in complaining, just got to get on with the game, and it's such an important one now for Leeds United. Atherton gets it back. If you've been with us all the time, forgive me, but there are of course people joining us all the time who may not know that Manchester United were beaten at Old Trafford this afternoon by Nottingham Forest, which means that Leeds, a victory here today for them against Coventry, puts them back at the top of the First Division. And for Coventry, of course, with the defeat of Luton and Queen's Park Rangers, it eases Coventry's problems a little bit. They sorely need points to remain in the Premier League next season, or at least to go in the Premier League next season. 25 years of uninterrupted First Division status for Coventry City since, under Jimmy Hill, they got there in the late 1960s. It's Gallagher. Sprawling all over speed, and the referee, well, he did his best to play an advantage there because he could see that speed might just shrug off Robson. But in the end, Robson's challenge was a little too much and couldn't be overlooked.
I think your interpretation was right, Brian. The referee was looking to play a bit of advantage there, but eventually had to call the foul.
It's a free kick then for Leeds. McAllister and Dorigo behind this. Chris White up from the back. So too is Chris Fairclough. McAllister playing it in. Well, the idea probably was for Fairclough to make a very positive move at the far post, which Chris Fairclough didn't do then. But it's a goal kick then for Coventry. They've won only 2 of their last 20 games.
That's some record when you think of McAllister there. Hasn't missed a game in a season when there's so many players, top players out with injuries.
Dorigo. Jin getting it away. Newsom doing well, holding off Furlong. Oh, cheaply then, chipping the ball back to his goalkeeper, Lukic. Batty. Will Wallace get this one and be able to turn it back? Batty's gone into the box. Strachan's available short. It was Pearce who got him away. Batty's throw. Coming up to the 20-minute mark. 0-0 between Leeds and Coventry. Leeds in the white. Batty with their throw. White trying a little flick on, gets it there at the second time. Sanson's header gets it away. Jin eventually half volleys it away. Only Gallagher's up though for the yellow shirt in Coventry. Batty again with the throw. A real little live wire in the midfield again this afternoon. And now a free kick for Leeds United. Keep this momentum going. Strachan playing it wide. Wallace turning it back. Brizovic just there before Chris Fairclough. Took a fairly solid knock, the big Coventry goalkeeper.
Well, Wallace did well getting that ball across, Brian. I didn't think he'd make it. He was going full pelt, whipped it back there. It was a good ball. And good goalkeeping again. So look at the pace of him and threw himself over the line getting it back.
Atherton offside against Gallagher. No doubt about that. Leeds warming up their substitutes, but I can only think that's just to keep them warm and ready. Wilkinson doing a bit of shouting now on the touchline there. Houston. Strachan again with the throw, picking up Lee Chapman. Strachan again. Right on the line, that one. Up got speed so well. Oh, and a good header that time by Robson. A very valuable header, that one for Coventry. Also a super header by Speed. That's where he is so dangerous at those far post situations. Getting up so well. Here's Dorigo. Good spell this for Leeds, but you really get the impression here, don't you, that this Coventry defence is going to take a bit of breaking down.
I think they're very well organised, Brian. They certainly are.
Now what Howard Wilkinson calls a stingy team. They give very little away. But they've given away a corner there. Andy Pearce. As I was saying, they have such an excellent defensive record. At the start of the day, only 3 First Division clubs had a better one. Coventry conceded only 40 goals in 39 league games. Here's Strachan. White battling for it. There's Chapman with an extravagant overhead, optimistic strike there. Missed 6 weeks with that wrist injury, but still piled in 20 goals this season, following 32 last.
You know, the two big centre-backs of Coventry City are certainly playing well, and I'm not sure if Leeds would be better not changing the tactics a little bit here today, Brian, because normally they're looking for Chapman knocking balls in, but he's having a meagre time of it today.
Indigo speed, ducking in with a header that time after Chapman on that occasion did beat Pearce.
I think I'm looking at people like Gary Speed getting in there, you know, Wallace, and maybe people breaking from midfield like McAllister. I think that might be the way in.
Gin. Flynn. It's Burrows who put the ball in quickly there. Now Atherton. Hit long towards Sean Flynn. In the end gets it back to Lukic. Robson. He wanted Flynn to make his run, but didn't quite read it that way. It's a Leeds throw. Notice Steve Hodges, who's not a sub today, but is quickly off the bench there, getting that ball back into play, also the throw could be taken. Leeds want to make every second count here this afternoon. Newsom's throw. Fairclough. Newsom, former Sheffield Wednesday lad. Brian Burrows. Atherton. To Furlong. It's Paul Furlong. Little touch there by Gallagher. Furlong shot who completely stubbed his toe on that one. Had a good start to the season, Paul Furlong. He was rattling them in. 4 in the first 8 games, but the last one he scored for Coventry is away back in December. The goals for the moment have dried up for him. But he's certainly learning his business in the first division of the Barclays League. Off. Gin. Fouled by McAllister. Free kick to Coventry. With the kick. White with the clearance. Half going in there. Then Fairclough. Robson. Offside against Gallagher. He's their top scorer with 10. And he was their top scorer last season with 16. But both last season and this, Kevin Gallagher had quite long spells out with injury. Formerly Dundee United player. Newsom. Wallace again. Sanson. Touch there by Gallagher. Gin planting it down that left touchline. Gallagher's dancing after this one. He's got Furlong in a lot of space in the middle. Just unsettling Lukic there just a moment, Paul Furlong. And took a knock as he did so. Looking to get the better of Atherton, but also had Burrows to deal with. It's Leeds United's throw, which Gary Speed will take. Coming towards the half-hour mark, still Leeds United 0, Coventry City 0. Dorigo playing it in towards Wallace. Big Grizovic comfortably getting that one in the air. Atherton forwards. Fairclough, who's missed nothing in the air at the back there, getting it away. Very speed. Trying to get Batty away down this touchline. Gin has gone with Batty, and Atherton wasn't far away either. Working hard, Coventry City, showing great discipline in defence at the moment.
I think they've all been given a job to do as far as picking people up are concerned, Brian, and that's one of the reasons why Leeds can't get the game to flow in their direction at the moment, because all the key players have been picked up. If you look at Robson, he's on McAllister. You've got McGrath's on Little Strachan.
Here's Chapman. Right inside, knocked away by Atherton. Sanson now. Flynn coming to this side. There was a foul by Newsom. And you can be sure after Manchester United's defeat this afternoon that all United fans will be cheering Coventry on for all they're worth. Sean Flynn in a little bit of trouble here, but the referee's saying, well, you're close enough to the touchline, you're afraid you're going to have to walk off, and Coventry will have to get on with 10 men.
That's good refereeing, because as you well know, Brian, really the lad could go and play now. I mean, only got a little bit of a knock, no problem.
Wish they would do that with greater uniformity. There is a danger, of course, you know, that if you do take injuries too lightly, but where you're pretty sure that there's a little bit of kidology going on, that's the surest way of getting them up and playing very quickly. And Sean Flynn, in fact, waiting to come back on now. Good bit of play there by Sanson. He wasn't happy with the way that Batty followed through. A few gnashings of teeth each other just after that challenge. Up goes Chapman very well indeed. Gary Speed now for Leeds, but Lloyd McGrath in well for Coventry. Robson showing too much of that to White. Followed through a little bit as well. Here's Dorigo. They're all getting back. The flag was up for an offside, but that's exactly your point again, Ian. They obviously have all got jobs to do in that Coventry defence. And they were back at doing them so quickly.
Well, that's right, and there was Gary Speed with a nice little bit of room, just got in there a little bit too early. But I do feel when the ball changes hands, when a mistake is made and the counter-attack goes on, that's when Leeds can lose the markers. McAllister's very good at it, Speed's good at it, and if they lose them early and can get the ball played to them, that's when they can get in there and get a strike on goal.
Actually, that looked a bit touch and go, that offside, didn't it? It was a very fine decision. Dorigo away. Chapman versus Pearce. Pearce won that quite comfortably in the air above Lee Chapman. Speed through those central areas again, finding Newsom. Challenge there by Flynn, but John Newsom taking it on, and Gary Speed now. Tracked there by Mickey Gin, still gets it across. Strachan on the far side. Bringing Batty into the game. Dorigo in a little bit of space on the far side. Dorigo's made a little darting run down the left. Here's Dorigo into McAllister. That's a throw. It was Burrows who got back quickly after Kenny Sanson looked to have conceded the corner. Batty again for Leeds United. And Wallace is right in there. Fairclough is right in there. And somehow Coventry bundled it all away. It's with Flynn. It's up to Furlong. And the flag stays down. And Gallagher's right through now for Coventry City. Terrific defending though by Newsom. Coventry in the last couple of minutes of the game at Anfield on Saturday. Ian Rush was through with his eyes set firmly on a goal, and this young man did exactly that same sort of saving tackle then. And he's done it again now to save Leeds United. And Gallagher looked to be in a most dangerous position. But they get a corner. Goes Gin, fisted away. Kitchen again. Kenny Sansom playing it in early.
Well, a bit of excitement at either end there, Brian. Some good stuff. And the threat is always there that Coventry City can break away, especially with Gallagher, who's a pacey player.
Newsom. Throw to Leeds. Batty with it. Strachan buzzing to this side. Notice McGrath had run some 30 or 40 yards to stay with the Leeds United captain.
They are sticking close to them, and wouldn't surprise me if they go in the Leeds dressing room with them at half-time. But it's a job that's paying off because, you know, Strachan is a key player for Leeds, as we all know, and if given a little bit of room to dictate the game, you know, he can murder you.
Fairclough.
They're just getting caught a little bit square at times, Leeds at the back there. There were the warning signs when Kevin Gallagher got through, and that was another one there. They've got to be careful of that.
The instruction from the Leeds bench is for Wallace to make much more of his presence felt down the right-hand side.
Well, I would think that was a good ploy because Kenny Sansom is not like at the beginning of his career, is he? And I don't think he would fancy too many sprints up and down the line with Wallace, who can run a bit. So I think that makes sense.
Well, Wallace is down this right-hand side, as you can see. Kenny Sanson's just alongside him, and Gordon Strachan is now wide on the left. As Leeds again try to find a way to unlock this yellow door. Robson. Here's Newsom again. Wallace saying, just play it down the right side for me. Batty. Played again for John Newsom. Turned in by him towards McAllister. Big Andy Pearce getting it away. Rigo. Robson. Up to Furlong. There's some good play there by Furlong. Gallagher. Lukic. Applying that pressure again with that long clearance. Atherton's clearance only finding Strachan. Robson in with the challenge. Batty getting it across, but the whistle had gone for the free kick. The foul by Robson on Strachan.
I am surprised. I thought that was a good tackle, Brian. I thought he slid in and got the ball.
Played there for McAllister. Across the face of the goal. Chapman won't get hold of this one, and Burrows can see it out of play for a goal kick.
Well, giving away secrets, that's one of Scotland's European Championship free kicks, man. Flicking it over.
So we Strachan.
Yeah, we Strachan and McAllister, there you go. Actually, he's supposed to put it in the net there.
As I'm saying, Andy Roxburgh's here watching. He won't be too happy about giving away Scottish secrets. Dorigo, goes Pearce. It's a big challenging afternoon for Andy Pearce on his 26th birthday, facing Lee Chapman with his proven goal-scoring record, but he's held Chapman really well. Got two excellent goalkeepers here today, haven't we, as well? Strachan having a little word with the linesman on the far side. Bob Nixon getting across very quickly to cut that sort of dialogue out. Two keepers who really, both Odrizovic and Lukic, unlucky really not to have had a bit of an England career. But who's to say they will still may have some sort of a chance. Certainly there's an awful lot of lobbying going on for the man in the Leeds United goal, about to pick up the ball here. John Lukic, to be one of the England goalkeepers for England's squad in Sweden.
Well, he's had a marvellous season, John, and always looks a steady goalkeeper. A bit surprised early in the game there when he dropped a big high ball coming out the clouds there. I thought it was always going to be the goalkeepers, and they let that drop. But in the main, he's very safe. And as you said, he played well on Saturday, didn't he?
True. Here's Flynn. Here Coventry making a little threat again. With a goal kick. Here's Dorigo. I hope you're enjoying this at home. I can tell you, you'll be joined watching this by the Manchester United team on their coach. They left, I'm told, Old Trafford very quickly after that defeat by Nottingham Forest this afternoon, already heading south towards London, and their game against West Ham on Wednesday night. So United's players are watching with you. No doubt.
I would think they'd be quite happy the way Coventry City are handling this game, Brian, because
just what I was going to say. Exactly.
They're certainly given Leeds a few problems today.
The information is that Brian Robson might also miss Wednesday's game against West Ham. Certainly the Robson on the field here today, Stuart Robson's doing a very good job managing Coventry through those midfield areas. Here he is, just shepherding the ball back. Good natural captain, actually, Stuart Robson. I seem to remember when he was in his Arsenal and West Ham days, when the regular captain was not playing, Stuart Robson, still a young man, was in as the captain. He captained England youth. He certainly captained England under-21s. Here he is, captain of Coventry now.
He certainly deserves to be playing after the fight back after that horrific injury he had, Brian. He really had to work hard.
Very serious pelvic injury. In fact, there was some thought that he might pack the game in. But as Don Howe will tell you, he's got a real inner determination about him. And it's good to see Stuart Robson back in action again. In fact, he's had a very good season. It's probably the first full season he's had for a long time without injury. Inside the last 5 minutes now, 0-0 here at Ellen Road, Leeds. Leeds United against Coventry. Robson coming for this one, but McAllister getting there fractionally before him. And Robson down McAllister. The referee had a good hard look at it. After giving all the splendid biographical details of Stuart Robson, he gets the yellow card. Yes, quite rightly. And in fact, it was a badly timed challenge. And lucky in a way to get something not more serious than that.
He was fully committed to the challenge, Brian, there. He was making his mind up, he was going for it, and even at the end he must have known he wasn't going to get there, but still made the lunge.
Dorigo's free kick. Speed getting on the end of it. Excellent positional play again by Steve Ogrizovic, though. Ball just falling gently into his arms. Sanson hounding Batty there. Strachan, touch to McAllister. And out low by Flynn. Look at Strachan getting back at him. McAllister too. Leeds crowd urging their team on again as they find Wallace on this right-hand side. Batty's gone outside him, it's still with Rod Wallace. Snatched at the shot. Hint of anxiety there in Leeds United's play. Another little part of the equation of the afternoon. I think I'm right in saying it. You know me, my maths is my strongest point. But I think I'm right in saying that Leeds only require 2 points now to be absolutely sure of a European place next season in the UEFA Cup. So there are all sorts of whatever the destination of the championship. If Leeds win here today, they'll be in Europe next season. Speed. Atherton gets it back. Off. Kevin Gallagher battling away with David Batty. Forced into the error by Batty's attentions. Throw them to Leeds United. We're now playing time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes.
I think Coventry City will be well pleased going in at half-time at 0-0, Brian, because it's been a very competent performance by them. There was a little flurry early on where I think nerves were telling, but they've settled down. They're well organised, as we knew anyway, with their defensive record. And they've certainly applied themselves to the task, and well worthy of a draw at the moment.
Who knows, by the end of the afternoon, the destiny of the Barclays Championship might well take another savage twist. It's Coventry looking very confident at the moment, but it's still 0-0. Sanson with the throw for Coventry. Batty. Can imagine what the tension in the second half is going to be like if it stays this way through that second period at 0-0. Coventry get closer and closer to such a valuable survival point. Here's a Brizovic coming for this one, catching it well. As the half-time whistle goes, good work by Coventry City, defending well with great discipline. Being put under a lot of pressure there by Leeds United, seeking that win that would put them back on the top of the First Division. Half-time then here at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 0, it's Coventry City 0. And
welcome back. We'll have QPR's winner for you a little later on. Apologies for that. Quick one from Jack Charlton. State of play at half-time. The second half about to begin, Jack.
Leeds have got a little bit bogged down across midfield. Batty and McAllister aren't finding enough room to supply the ball in the way they would like to. Coventry are doing very well in closing that area up. Leeds started trying to play the ball into the corners to try and get Coventry turned, and then gradually they've gone away from that ploy, and I'm not getting any joy in it. The joy they had was early in the game when they made a few chances.
OK, very important with Manchester United losing at home today. Let's rejoin Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Thanks, Elton. Thank you, Big Jack. Coventry, let me remind you, at 0-0, they are in the yellow strip, attacking the goal to the right. Well, I say attacking, they haven't scored, in fact, in the last 4 games. And can you believe it, only 7 goals in their last 16 games. When in fact, well, who knows? Here's Gallagher turning it, and he hits Chris White with it. And suddenly The statistics were almost thrown out of the commentary box. It was an amazing error there in the Leeds United defence, not least from John Lukic. Sanson might get a look at that in just a moment. Here's Robson playing it in, Robson getting it back, and the shot ballooning this time over Lukic's crossbar.
Are the nerve jangling, I wonder, because that was uncharacteristic there, a bit of a mix-up between White and Lukic. And Lukic had the ball and then it popped out his arms.
And Gallagher then hitting Chris White with it, and Newsom very happy to get it clear of that Leeds penalty area. Robson again, White, header for Leeds. It's a bright start to the second half by Coventry. A few elbows there, certainly an elbow by David Batty, it looked to me, on Paul Furlong. And here come Coventry again. Don Howe was telling me yesterday, we're going to go for this one. We need a win to make sure of our place in the Premier League next season. But I thought that was a little bit of pinch of salt time. I thought it would be very much a containing game that Coventry played here, looking and hoping for at least a point. Certainly they've had a bright start to the second half. Could easily have snatched an extraordinary goal. And here they are with Pearce with their free kick. Floating it again towards the Leeds penalty area. Flynn. Just a moment of an error there by Dorigo. McAllister getting it away. Chapman being very closely policed again by Andy Pearce. Sanson to Gin. Gin again. There he is. Big Pearce. Hit towards Furlong. Robson in there again. Looked as though it might have been a handball. The referee was so close to it and said no. Batty playing it away now for McAllister. Wallace again patrolling that right touchline. McAllister going on with it until he runs up against Brian Quarros. Strachan, no foul. Wallace. Wallace and Strachan now on that far touchline. And Newsom the fullback too. Strachan playing it in. And Atherton getting it away. Wallace breaking clear. Atherton, a well-timed challenge even at the expense of a corner. Been impressed by Peter Atherton this afternoon, former Wigan player. He joined Coventry in the summer for £400,000. Now defending this corner from Gordon Strachan. Gin in fact getting it away. Dorigo turning it back in. It comes for Batty. And Coventry pushed back into their own penalty area. Strachan. Wallace. McAllister's cross. Atherton holding off the attentions of Fairclough. A sprint for the ball now as it goes into touch. A throw for Leeds United taken by Fairclough. There's Pearce again. Ralph. It's a Leeds throw. Batty again will take it. Stands 5'5", David Batty, but he's got a good long throw in his locker here. An effortless one as well. Dorigo. Here is David Batty. Quickly in there, Ogrizovic off his line just as quickly. And 2 against 2 here. Gallagher and Furlong up. Newsom supported by Dorigo getting it away. And now Chapman! Took too long on that one. Ian?
Well, I thought that was a bit of a chance here for Lee Chapman. He seemed to delay a bit, and Pearce was able to get the recovery tackle in. It's the first time really they've been caught for a bit, Coventry. They were a bit slack coming out.
Burrows versus Chapman. The feet were up there for both those players. Here we are again, Ian.
Well, there's been one or two tackles been flying in, but see there, Lee Chapman's over the first 10 yards, that's not his forte really. He needs to open his legs, get going a bit.
Build up ahead of steam, huh?
Yep.
Lukic with the clearance for Leeds. Matty happening well. Dorigo now for Leeds. Flynn showed him the way inside and then followed him successfully to get the ball. Good play here by Kevin Gallagher now for Coventry. And suddenly they've got 3 up. Furlong's there, joined by his skipper Stuart Robson. And now play again for Gallagher, but easy this time for John Lukic. Strachan. Leeds all along suspected this wouldn't be an easy ride this afternoon against a side that defends as well as Coventry for all their troubles. Thank goodness they were proved right. Free kick again to Leeds. Foul on Strachan. Newsom with the cross. Atherton with the clearance up towards Gallagher. Throw given Leeds way. Gallagher claims he was being held back by Dorigo. Positive play again by Andy Pearce.
The referee, the linesman actually indicated a foul there.
I thought so too.
Which is a mystery to me.
Well, here's Strachan with the free kick for Leeds. White's gone into the box for this one. Burrows making a mess of it. And Chris Fairclough puts Leeds ahead.
Well, it was all down to a mistake, Brian, in the end-up. They've defended so well from situations like this before in the game, but he has a total missed kick here. Let it go, just a fly hack at it there by Burrows, and then it went.
So Leeds get that breakthrough at last. The goal by Chris Fairclough. There's the missed kick by the fullback Brian Burrows. There's the header by Fairclough over the despairing arm of Steve Ogrizovic. Leeds in the lead. Fairclough the scorer.
Well, how often have we seen that where, you know, one little mistake can turn the whole game?
And this is where the Coventry attacking record now does come into focus. Remember, they haven't scored in their last 4 games. 7 in the last 16, but now they need a goal.
You wonder where they're going to get the goal from, Brian, because...
maybe they are too.
Yeah, well, they don't have an out-and-out goal scorer, do they?
Lukic with the kick. Speed winning that in the air towards Wallace. Sanson battling over there. A goal that might well do wonders for Leeds United in terms of relaxing them a little bit, taking the anxiety out of their game. Good play there by Newsom. Towards Chapman. There's a difference on the field for Leeds, and you're feeling it's a thumbs-up time amongst the crowd as well. A lovely ball floated in there.
That's the service he's been looking for. Get it over beyond the defenders, beyond the far post there, and let him come in for it. Here's the goal again here. He was, you know, I mean, you have to say they're a bit unlucky in that respect. It was a terrible mistake.
A free kick to Leeds. A foul on Lee Chapman. Fairclough going forward again. Starting it towards Newsom. Fairclough in there again, but beaten in the air that time by Atherton. Gallagher. Gin. A few yellow shots forward now. Robson. But Leeds have pulled a lot back. Strachan. Great piece of timing there by Strachan. Finding Lee Chapman, who's got McAllister outside him. He lets it run to the Scot. Oh, and then two Scots almost knocking each other off the ball there. They get it back to Batty. Here's Dorigo. It's a different Leeds now. Played wide for Wallace. Charged down though by Burrows. Chapman playing it back again. Can Strachan keep it going? Leeds leading by a goal to nil there. On a day when a victory would put them back on the top of the First Division. Pearce losing out, but recovering in time at the expense of a corner just when it seemed that Lee Chapman might unleash something at Steve Ogrizovich's goal.
Well, mistakes are beginning to creep in here in this Coventry defence, who have played so well up to the point of the goal, Brian, and now with the pressure being applied by Leeds, you can see another one coming.
Strachan with the corner. Speed has made a run. Robson gets it away. Dorigo. White across the face of the goal.
I just needed to be a little bit squarer there for the onrushing forward. It was a good header, but needed to be square.
Atherton. Goes Flynn. In goes Furlong. Fairclough back doing defensive duties now, but Coventry get a free kick.
He's given in direct for feet up there, Brian, for dangerous play.
So Lukic wanting 4 in the wall, and in fact has got 5. It'll be Burrows or Gin behind it, but I think Andy Pearce is up on the far side, 6'4" of him. Also 2 Coventry players infiltrating that Leeds United wall. Gin floating it to the far side. Pearce in fact got a header, but it was a glancing one off the top of his head. Let's have a quick word with Jack Charlton, with Leeds now in the lead. What do you think about it, Jack?
Well, Leeds, it happened for Leeds. They got the break they needed. They had a few chances in the first half, but the ball didn't fall kindly for them, but that one did. And they've got the goal they need. Now, all they've got to make sure is that they sew up the midfield when they're attacking and make sure they've got an extra player at the back and don't leave themselves to getting caught on the break. And I think the game will go their way. They'll win 1-0 or maybe 2 or 3. But they've certainly not got, they've got to make sure they don't give a goal away now. And they can only do that by, well, I'm sure Howard's got them organised and to handle it.
Well done, Jack. Here's John Newsom for Leeds. Let me just ask you, Jack, before you take the microphone off, if you're still hearing me, is it still a real special feeling for you with Leeds United after all your many years and triumphs here?
I found myself standing on my feet when I scored the goal. No, that says wonders for me, because I watch so many football matches that normally you see a goal and it happens and you look at why it happened, where it happened. But when Leeds or Newcastle score a goal, I find myself on my feet.
Well done.
You've been set down a lot at Newcastle, Jack.
You're quite right, Sinji.
Here's Newsom. Leeds leading by a goal to 0. McAllister. And Wallace called offside. think will be bemoaning their luck. Don Howe's saying that they haven't been playing badly, and I think you've probably seen that for yourself this afternoon, so certainly defensively. But here's Robson, stopped by White. Gallagher trying something on the turn. Goal kick.
See, Leeds United have got Chapman, who's got 20 goals. Manchester United have got McClare, who scores goals. Arsenal have got Wright, who scores goals. Hurst for Sheffield. All the teams at the top line have got a goal scorer, somebody that knocks them in. And Coventry, you say, well, you know, where are the goals going to come from? And that is the problem. Until you get somebody that can do that, all the organisation, all the good play goes for nothing.
Yes, the defence must feel there's never going to be any respite. No matter how well they defend, one mistake is going to be punished, and it could be the loss of 3 points.
That's right, and that's the way the season has gone for them.
In fact, I saw them play at Notts County, and it was a grotesque own goal there that cannoned off Kenny Sansom. It was an own goal on Saturday against Everton of Brian Burrows, and as you can see, one mistake here so far has put them behind against Leeds. Defending a game well, that came off Brian Burrows, in fact. Strachan with the corner. Leeds looking for a second goal. Wallace and Fairclough on the far side. They get another corner. Came off Sean Flynn. Number 7. Strachan again taking it. Just look at the acclaim for Strachan on that far side of the field. He goes across to take a corner, gets a great wild round of applause. They think the world of him here. Away that time, and a big centre-back, Pearce. McAllister crossing it in again. Wallace trying to get to that one, but he hasn't got the stature for it, and Flynn gets it away. But then comes off Atherton for another Leeds United throw. Sansom hitting it long. Newsom getting it back. Wallace. Wriggled free, very well indeed. And Brizovic and Atherton for a moment at odds with each other.
Coventry are now gradually being pushed further and further into their own box plan. In the first half, they'd have been holding out towards the edge of the box, but look at them now. You know, they're backing into their own goalkeeper.
Robson with the header. Gallagher just nicking it on, but White's such a commanding figure at the back with Fairclough. In fact, both sets of central defenders have done really well today. Coventry ones, of course, have had far more to do. Having said that, of course, a clumsy corner given away there by Andy Pearce. Boy from Hales Owen in the Beezer Homes League. Which Strachan will take. There's the crowd getting ready to acclaim him again. You can see it. Fairclough poised again. Chapman poised again. It's Chapman's header. Gin hacking it away. Another Leeds United throw. Furlong, White to Newsom. Chapman beaten in the air that time by Atherton, finds Mickey Ginn. Here's Sean Flynn. Robson. Sansom. Changed his mind. To no effect because Wallace got in, found Chapman, found Strachan. Strachan was stopped by Sansom. There's Michael Ginn. And Coventry got a throw. Strachan felt it was a Leeds throw. McAllister. Chapman. Speed. Shrugged off the challenge there of Burrows. But Atherton doing well. McAllister opening up for him. Down goes Grizovic. Batty came roaring in. But Grizovic held his ground. And whether Batty just caught him and calling the trainer on, might just have caught him on the head, we feel.
I thought Gary Speed should have used Batty there. If he'd have played Batty in, I think that would have been a goal. A good defending tackle there. McAllister's shot comes off the goalkeeper, and Batty, who had followed up.
Oh, my word, yes.
I would say a bit of brave goalkeeping and a bit reckless, I thought, there for young Batty. Here's McAllister with his shot. Tried to keep it low.
Yes, the ball's bouncing a bit there, and Batty, I don't know, do you feel that he was...
I thought a bit reckless.
Liberty to...
Yes.
Certainly Big Oggy has got a real smack in the face there. On the back of the head, maybe.
We'll maybe get a better look here from this angle. See, I mean, he was going in there with his studs showing. It wasn't a case of going out to try and flick it past him. He was in there with the sole of the studs showing. I mean, he's a competitive little player, this, and he certainly doesn't hang back in the tackles.
Does look very bad at the moment, Saints. Maybe we can get, when the trainer gets back, maybe we can get Gary Newborn or somebody just to find out exactly.
See, there the stud marks all down his neck. I think he's entitled to be groggy.
Yes, that could have been really, really unpleasant, couldn't it? My goodness,
It was either his studs or he cut himself shaving this morning.
that's a really,
That's
really
a bad
nasty wheels right across his throat. Well, I've had a pretty horrible sore throat for the best part of a week, but it's nothing compared to what poor old Oggy's got coming his way. Well, he's a tough lad. Chesterfield, Liverpool. He had just 5 games for the Anfield club. Shrewsbury. And signed back in 1984 for only 70,000 quid. That's some bargain. McGrath getting it forward. David Batty now for Leeds. Wilson. Batty. I'm right in saying the referee took no action to Batty. Here's Speed. Gets it back to Batty. Played in for Wallace. Good save by Grizovic. Now that was a bit of brave keeping for you. Groggy he may have been from that challenge from Batty just a moment ago, but he got down well and made a really excellent save there when it looked as though Wallace was sure to make it 2.
Well, you've got to hand it to this big fella. That was a terrific save.
It's Strachan with the corner. Floated a little wider this time towards Fairclough. Up goes Big Pearson, gets it away. McAllister ducking in, and Dorigo, a long and an excellent ball there to Strachan. Nicked in there between those 2 defenders, but another one there, Kenny Sanson getting it away for Coventry. McAllister. And back it goes. Well, what a good save it was again by Steve Grizovic. Wallace getting into the 6-yard area, banged it down with his right hand. Kenny Sanson then almost knocking the goalkeeper's head off with his clearance behind for the corner. Burrows now playing it back.
That was all he needed, really, was another dive at feet there, wasn't it? But he went down there. I mean, goalkeepers, I mean, they say they're daft, but I'll tell you what, they're brave. They're the bravest players on the football field.
Batty. Came off Robson. Wallace. On speed. Stratton. Cut out by Atherton. Up to Furlong. What the Coventry defence didn't want. Chance of a little reprieve and a breather. And Paul Furlong putting the ball behind. I think it was Flynn.
I think that would indicate that Furlong is going to get his marching orders from his own bench.
Flynn now to Gin. Comes to Strachan. For Batty. Oh, and a little touch by Batty for Wallace. And now for McAllister. And here's Newsom. But here's Sanson. As Coventry now can set up a counter-attack. They've only got Paul Furlong up. Support here from Robson. Plenty of white shirts are back. Leeds leading by a goal to nil. Robson's cross towards Furlong. Nukic just lifting the ball away from the pair of them into the path of David Batty. Batty up towards Wallace. A free kick given. A foul by Atherton. And the 18-year-old Zimbabwean, Peter and Love, is coming on. Came over for a trial with his brother, one of a family of 11, and played for his country, Zimbabwe, when he was only 15 years old. Well, the Saint must have known something. It's Paul Furlong who's coming off. It's a free kick for Leeds that Chris White will take. With the throw. Speed. Chapman ducking in underneath this one. Now Lee Chapman! Just wide. Well, the more goals Leeds can get, the better their goal difference. And who knows, it might even come to that at the end of the day, so these chances mustn't be tossed away.
Well, it was a delightful move, wasn't it? A beautiful move, a lovely flick by Wallace. And Lee, you know, he's got the whole of the goal to hit there and just dragged it low left.
And Love. And Robson is just offside, not much in it. See where Coventry are going to get an equaliser, but you never know, they might just. Well, the cheer that went up around Ellen Roads. Eric Cantona, French international, likely to come on. He started to strip off, I think. Fairclough gets it back. It's got enough on it to get back to Lukic.
I think it would be more difficult to predict who would come off now, Brian, because you look at the shape of the team, you can only play up front, so you're saying, well, it will be Wallace or Chapman.
Well, you were right for Coventry. See what you can have a little dart at it.
Well, I will say Wallace then in this one.
I think you're right. 2 out of 2 for your sake. So Rod Wallace will come off. And the popular figure of French international Eric Cantona.
Do you think he's won over the fans here?
They love him, don't they? Just listen to this. 3 goals he scored. An amazing record in the French national side. 15 goals in 20 games. Now looking to put the seal on this victory for Leeds United here. McAllister playing it in. An easy one that time for Grizovic. Newsom. And Newsom again. Been impressed with Newsom this afternoon, Ian.
Yes, I have to say, I think his use of the ball when he's got a little bit of time to play it forward has not been that good, but in general play, his tackling, his covering, his pace to get back at times has done well.
Flynn, here's Newsom again. Back carefully to goalkeeper Lukic. Still only 21 years old, had about 10 games at Hillsborough for Sheffield Wednesday. Goal scorers, the man who's now taking this throw, John Newsom, I was mentioning earlier, a terrific late tackle on Ian Rush in that game at Liverpool that could have been the decider, and one early in the game here against Gallagher.
That was really a crucial tackle.
Well, you can't put a price on those sort of tackles when you're chasing a championship. Here's Dorigo. Well, if you're just coming home from a game yourself this afternoon, Manchester United have lost at home to Nottingham Forest. Leeds United here in the chase for the championship are leading Coventry City by a goal to nil. And if that in fact stays that way, Leeds will go back to the top of the table by a single point. And Manchester United games in hand reduced to just one. But here's Dorigo, here's White, and Sean Flynn. Good work by Lukic. Suddenly Leeds were in panic.
Quite a scramble there. White had the ball jammed under his feet and it worked free for Flynn there. But as you say, good goalkeeping by Lukic.
Coventry shirts look like wasps or bees, and they are buzzing around still with a good deal of venom about them, as you've just seen. Free kick to Coventry. Stuart Robson and Kenny Sanson over it. It's with Kenny Sanson. Robson. Atherton. Playing it wide for Lloyd McGrath. Well, that was terrific play by Strachan. He ran up and down that line as Coventry played it across their back four. Refused to give them any time to think. Refused to give them any time to make a clearance forward. And in the end got the right reward. There's Pearce right in there again. Dorigo getting it back. And suddenly Leeds under a little bit of pressure in their own penalty area. Just over 10 minutes to go now. All the excitement, the stopwatch had fallen off the desk, but now we've got it back again. Right, Chris White, bringing it forward for Leeds. Leading here by a goal to nil. Playing a good ball through, really the first touch that Eric Cantona's had. Oh, and he's playing it now through for speed. Cantona following in. Saved on the line. Cantona now trying again. It comes to Strachan. Was it Sanson on the line?
He's given a penalty kick.
Was it a handball then by Sanson on the line? It seemed to be. Well, I don't know. Igor Grizovic with his arms around the referee, but it's a linesman's decision. Now, I think the referee.
I don't believe.
Well, I mean, is he technically going to send the man off? I mean, that would be outrageous.
Surely not.
Handle on the line. I mean, that is crazy.
That is it. I mean, that's where our law is crazy.
Absolute madness. That's on the word of a linesman. The linesman taking the letter of the law and certainly not the spirit of the law. And I tell you what, as Lloyd McGrath goes off, He's certainly got my sympathy, and I'm sure he'd have the sympathy of most people who like to see a bit of fair play in our game. That was absolutely disgraceful. But it gives Leeds a penalty, which Gary McAllister's going to take, and it's 2-0. So let's have a look again at the incident. It's Cantona who's coming through. Grizovic then gets the ball out. There's Cantona's shot. I
don't even think it hit him on the arm, to tell you the truth. I mean, he's falling down, spreading himself. You can't tell me that was a deliberate handball.
Well, that clearly was an excellent penalty, though, by McAllister. Leeds are now leading by 2-0.
I mean, Grizovic had made a great save initially. I think it was Gary Speed who was going through there on Cantona's pass. Can't believe it.
Well, you know, if you give him enough rope, the lawmakers will make the game a laughing stock. I mean, that was absolute nonsense.
But the referee is actually watching the game, Brian, and didn't give anything, and then the linesman gives it. The linesman was standing with a flag across his chest, indicating it was in the box. Well, if you're standing in the goal line, you're in the box, aren't you?
I think maybe if we get a chance in the last few minutes, if we can get another look at that incident again, just to get another clearer view. They're taking Strachan off.
No, they're not. He's staying on.
Well, I think the ball's still in play. That's why they can't take him off until it's out of place. And I think Howard Wilkinson misjudged that a little bit. And they're bringing it to Carl Shuttle.
I think the idea is to save this little more. No, he's got a pull in the back of the leg.
He's got a problem.
Yeah.
Now he'll have to come off.
And maybe that sciatica problem I had before.
Yeah, I think his problem's been more in his back, hasn't he, than anything else.
Yeah, but it comes to... Do you remember we watched the game against Manchester United when he pulled up like that? And I thought, well, he's pulled a muscle, and then he was okay again. He played on.
Well, Ian's got to choose man of the match very shortly. Coventry, meantime, are bringing on their second substitute. Kevin Gallagher's coming off. And Dean Emerson, a buzzing little midfield player, comes on.
Substitution for Coventry City, Kevin Gallagher is replaced by Dean Emerson.
Free kick to Coventry. Sanson with it. White getting it away. What I'm hoping for, Saint, is that we might, when the ball goes out of play next, have a look again at that incident that finally caused the red card to be produced for Lloyd McGrath.
Well, it's certainly quite a talking point, Brian, because it's killed the game, hasn't it? You know, 1-0, you always think, well, you know, Coventry might just sneak one.
Let's have a little look at it now.
Now let's see as Cantona comes in, he tries to play it in the corner. His hands were down in front of his legs. I mean, if his arms are not there, it would hit him on the legs.
I would have said probably it's his knees that have cleared the ball, much more than his hands. In the meantime, it's 2-0 then for Leeds United. White. 4 minutes to go. Just reminding you, Saint, you've got to choose the man of the match. Let's have a look again.
In fact, you look at that, Brian, and you think it might even actually have hit his leg, hit his knee and bounced away.
Be very interesting to get a Coventry point of view on that one.
Anyway, my first instinct was that the referee shouldn't have done anything about it. If he'd given a penalty, fine, but to send the boy off for that, I think is ridiculous.
It's a free kick to Coventry. Leeds now sitting on a 2-goal lead with about 3.5 minutes to go. Kenny Sansom with the free kick for Coventry. Floated towards Pearce on the far side. Chapman gets it away, only as far as Sansom again. Played in nicely there towards Flynn. And Lukic, good judgment again by the big goalkeeper. Here's McAllister. Up to Cantona. Oh, he's got the better of Pearce this time. Cantona now into the box. Pearce got back at him again. Leeds get a corner. Just see this corner taken, Ian, and then maybe we could nominate the man of the match.
Give me time to think about it.
Here's McAllister. It's crossed towards Chapman. It was a good one. Let's have a look at this corner as well, and then we can talk about it.
Well, you're not getting a corner because he's given the goal kick.
Well, we better talk about it then.
Well,
okay, you're man of the match.
Nominations for man of the match. Giving it to the home team, simply because I think they've won the game and they're up there. It's a solid performance, I think, today from Leeds United. And I thought Little Strachan did very well for them. But I think in midfield, alongside Batty, McAllister does a prodigious amount of work, and his passing is quality. And you know, I think I will go for Gary McAllister today.
Gary McAllister, the man of the match, gets the bubbly. Right, it's with Stuart Robson. Kenny Sansom. Chapman. Sorry to harp on about this sending off offence. Atherton getting it back, but Gary Newbond's been talking to Lloyd McGrath, who was sent off. What was Lloyd's view, Gary?
Well, his view, Brian, was that he shouldn't have been sent off. He's absolutely stunned. He's not disputing that the ball, in his words, might have hit my hand, but he's in a state of shock. He's gone to get a shower and he can't believe it. He's absolutely flabbergasted that he's been sent off.
McAllister to Cantona, to Shot. Played in towards Cantona. Oh, he was lining up a volley there on the turn, but Morrow's got in just a fraction before him. Offside flag is up. So Lloyd McGrath saying that the ball may have touched his hand. So.
It's a pity that ball from McAllister never found Cantona, because that was going to be a candidate for goal of the season, wasn't it?
Sansom. Time added on at the end of this 90 minutes. Leeds United are going back to the top of the First Division. Goal kick. They're going to be 1 point ahead of Manchester United. Manchester United's games in hand reduced to just 1 now, with the climax to the season really boiling up. Manchester United next in action at West Ham on Wednesday night. And they're at Anfield against Liverpool next weekend. Live, of course, with us on ITV next Sunday afternoon. That promises to be a real belter now. And we're on the air at 3 o'clock that day, let me remind you, with also highlights of Sheffield United against Leeds. So it's a real bonanza day for football fans on Sunday afternoon. Sheffield United against Leeds, the highlights of that, and then Liverpool against Manchester United live. course, with this victory today, whatever, as I've said earlier, the outcome of the championship, Leeds are back in Europe next season. By this 3 points today, they've qualified for a UEFA place. Pearce getting back, being chased by Chapman. Here's Boris. Well into time added on now. Emerson, the substitute. Playing in for Kenny Sansom. Coventry still, of course, at the same time, with relegation worries still very much on their mind. There's no doubt they could do themselves a power of good if they could beat West Ham at Highfield Road at the weekend. That now becomes an absolutely vital game for them. Kenny Sansom with the free kick. It comes for Cantona. A little touch by him, but it didn't quite work. But there was a foul by a Coventry player, a free kick to Leeds. McAllister. Batty back to Lukic. Certainly been a terrific day for Leeds United following that defeat for Manchester United in the afternoon. Now in this early evening for them to have done the job they set out to do by beating Coventry. But it was a tough job for them. Coventry took some beating down. But here's Cantona. My goodness, he's gone past 3 or 4. This is an amazing run by Cantona, but the flag is up for an offside against Lee Chapman.
Well, this big fella's got the crowd going, hasn't he? That was a marvellous run. When he picked the ball up, I thought, we'll pass it. But I mean, he hurdled one there, went through. Lovely close skill. Beautiful, wasn't it? And was he offside? Ooh.
Yeah, just about.
Just about.
Fairclough leaping for this one. Some more goals, of course, to come from today's First Division programme for you before we go off the air tonight. Leeds leading here against Coventry City by 2 goals to 0. We've now played 4 minutes of time added on, but the referee has blown the final whistle, and as a man, the supporters of Leeds United get to their feet. Their side are back at the top of the First Division, leading Manchester United by a point. A crucial afternoon that has seen another swing in the destiny of the League Championship. It's been a good afternoon for Leeds, still a worrying one for Coventry. Fairclough and McAllister from the penalty spot the scorers. Victory for Leeds, that's the story from Ellen Road.
To complete the First Division picture this afternoon, let's rejoin Bob Hall at ITN.
Aston Villa, who've rediscovered their scoring touch in recent weeks, went ahead after 32 minutes against Chelsea. Steve Staunton doesn't score many, but no